Hello, we're the Infamy Fantasy Esports team, and we're back to talk about some new evidence against, or for actually, Nairo in the Smash community, who was claimed to sexually assault underage CaptainZack 3 years ago. But Nairo is now claiming that he was the one sexually assaulted in his sleep. And just a quick disclaimer, we're not very sensitive bunch, so this might not be the hand-holding experience you want to take on this knowledgeable journey. But we're just gonna recap what happened and just kind of speculate as we can, I guess, and kind of what it means for the future of the scene. But so the story goes, if I remember correctly, that Captain Zack and Samsora didn't have money for like for a room to stay at a certain tournament. So Nairo and someone else, Mars, I think, were like, okay, yeah, you can stay in the extra room in our beds. That's fine. And so Nairo ended up with Captain Zack, and I don't know how else to put this, but he woke up with the man's dick in his mouth on his dick, and was paralyzed in fear and unable to really do anything about it, and was just eventually pulled himself away, I guess. And the whole thing rigmarolled into some extortion, I guess, where Captain Zack kind of threatened to go public with it, and expose him obviously for sexual encounter with a minor if he didn't pay him 2,000 every once in a while or whatever. So this is all from Nairo's statement. So there's obviously no way to really verify if it's true. But then there's another statement from what's his name,
Limo.
No,
No,
Tanum. I think it
Tanum.
was Tanum.
Tamim. Yeah, that
Um,
actually came like 2 months ago, like kind of corroborating this, where Captain Zack had told him and Samsora that that is exactly how it went down, where he kind of started assaulting him in his sleep and then kind of spun it into his own cash grab because that's all he's about. And it's kind of reminiscent of his relationship with another overaged man, I guess, ally back in, I don't know, not too long ago. That that relationship got exposed, and ally was pretty much gone from the Smash scene. Another like super top player for a really long time. And yeah, it really just comes down to like, is Captain Zack like this crazy manipulative fuck, or is Nairo just looking for a way out now? Because just oddly, like, he was real quiet after the allegations, and like I get that he was really getting bombarded from all angles because it's just like unfeasible that you would just make up something like this. Like if you're Captain Zack, like why would you do that? I mean, obviously there's reasons, but it's just like, who's that bad a person? So it's like, okay, we're just gonna believe him. And yeah. So what do you guys think of this deal?
I think that first of all, let me just say like I don't know who's right or who's wrong in this entire situation. It's very up in the air right now with like both statements. You really can't trust anyone with what they say on the internet. But just going on the preface that what Nairo is saying is true. It's it's like it's super fucked up to believe that someone can just like end your career just like that when you like reach the top of the Smash or any community in general with some false allegations. Like the type of person it takes to do that is completely fucked up. And if Nairo is in fact he made this all up to recover himself, because I think it's sketchy that his initial reaction was to delete his social media and pretty
Isn't that
much
kind of like a defense
That's like
mechanism
yeah
though?
it,
that's what everyone
I'm not gonna be able to fight the mob, so I'm just gonna kind of excuse myself, even though it's gonna make me look
yeah.
super guilty. So
I
I don't know.
like we said off screen, like at least have some kind of like the truth will come out or like something like this is not true. Just like defend yourself. He didn't even put up any defense. He was just like, all right, I guess I'm
well,
out. So
it's
it just made
better
him like
well then like if
weird.
you say that and he's not able to muster up like this evidence that he supposedly has and it just makes himself look even worse. And then like if you delete all of your platforms and like you're not tempted to like respond to something just like out of like emotions and then like that could just spiral down into like causing a lot more headaches down the road. So
But it does feel that if you do put out that like little like don't believe this, like he's has such a huge fan base and people would want to support him. So just even like leaving an inkling of like, because I'm deleting my Twitter, my Discord, everything gone. It's just like, wow, okay. Like even last video, we were like, well, he clearly is guilty because these are not
I mean,
innocent
well,
man
this is
actions.
like the if this is the case where Zack is like the culprit and like Nairo's innocent, this is like that super rare case where the victim is lying, where you're supposed to believe the victim. Like there's supposed to have good faith that they would never actually like make up or fabricate stuff like this. So
Well, it all comes down to who's the victim. Is
Yeah.
exactly, but initially since it was Zack that like painted himself as the victim, so people are gonna side with him immediately. So
Yeah. It's hard for us on the outside looking in, but there are people in the Smash community, like in that twit longer from Tanum, Lima, Sam Sora, who was the other guy? Oh, it was CaptainZack himself. But Lima and Sam Sora, they, from what I understand from the twit longer, after CaptainZack had a conversation with Sam Sora, Lima, and Tanum, Tanum talked to Lima on the side, and they corroborated stories that CaptainZack told them. And both of their stories lined up along the lines of CaptainZack was the assaulter. So he releases this statement, and I like it's just sketchy to me that you would just let someone's career. I mean, Tanum did come out and release a statement a couple months later, but this is like someone's livelihood that you're messing with, and I don't know if I just would have acted instantly. I wouldn't have withheld this information. I think there are other people in the Smash community who have to know something, and I think they should speak up because this is very serious situation.
Yeah, the guy's
yeah,
gonna
well,
be a sexual
Yeah,
he's gonna be on a sex
and
offender registry for the rest of his life, let alone his Smash career. Regardless of that, he's not gonna have a life after this. Like
yeah,
these people are complicit in a conspiracy, which is concerning to me that they're just blasting this all over the internet. Like, way to implicate yourselves,
I don't think
every
there's any
single one of
legal
you.
ramifications going against Nairo for the most part, unless like, Zack is pressing charges. It is really just a matter of his reputation, which, he spent a large chunk of his life building this career as like pretty much the most popular and one of the top Smash players. And then it's just like, nope, your job is gone now. So it's not nothing.
yeah,
Not going to
Well,
jail, but
Well, then again, I mean, these Smash boys need to stop smashing boys. Like, this is a consistent issue, and we talked about this in our last video in the description below. But the, it's a ubiquitous problem, and it's a problem that it's not helping Nairo. It's not helping his case when a majority of the community has allegations against itself. So like, it's hard to
yeah, but how
not
mad would you
believe.
be if you were innocent and you're just like, I'm getting swept into this group of
yeah. It's just
of
like
like,
now just because you play Smash, you're like lumped into that.
Yeah, but
yeah,
this is what I talked about in the last video. These people need to be better about community management, and like
it's such
it
like
looks
a
like it's
it's like
such a
managing a zoo. There's so many fucking
yeah.
people that
These
who's going to be
people
the
like
camp counselor?
Yeah, you can't be responsible for what people do. Like if even if you're like a tournament organizer, what happens outside of the tournament? How are you supposed to take responsibility for that? Like what Captain Zack snaking his way into Nairo's bed? Like how is that
yeah,
a
or
TO's
Sam
problem?
Sora letting him fall just so he doesn't have to play him in tournaments. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get like it's messed up. It's just messed up, and like it only hurts your community as a whole. So like outing these people that are dirtbags, especially when you know it, the right move for your career, for the people that you know, for the people that like you might not have to be protecting them. Like it's not like you have to like protect Nairo, even though that like what is this kid's name? I forget. I keep getting him confused with Lima. That made that whole
Tamim,
twin. Yeah,
Tana.
like how
Tamim.
can like how do you, like if you knew like without a shadow of a doubt that that happened, why wouldn't you say something?
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. That's why it's like it just like blows my mind. Like if one of my friends told me something like that happened to them, or like the truth about what happened to them, and they were the ones who were in the wrong, like you're my
And he's
friend,
kind of
yeah, but
he posted in September, like kind of a month after it all happened. Like I guess he was, getting all his facts straight, and it kind of came and went. Like no one, like I didn't hear anything about it, because neither Captain Zack or Nairo responded. So it was just all like, okay, we can a new thing to speculate about because who's to say this guy's telling the truth? It just becomes all he said, she said.
Yeah. The one good thing that comes out of this is now a lot of people, like Blake said before, are putting a bunch of information out on the internet, and this information will be consolidated in this court case if it even goes to court, and it will like people hopefully everyone has their stories straight because everyone's talking a lot of
I can't wait for the judge to be like, I call in Samsora. I call in CaptainZack.
yeah,
But
it's
as far as that goes, another kind of win in Nairo's column now is like two super high profile Smash players, Cosmos and Void, say that that they've seen the 30-page legal document that Nairo has, which is like kind of the whole reason he didn't respond is he wanted to get all his legal ducks in a row. And after reading it, they say that they do believe Nairo. So that's something. Why would they stake their careers on it if it wasn't pretty good?
Yeah, that's true. And then like going on what Blake touched on a little bit with Sam Sora, the the notion that he potentially coerced CaptainZack into misconstruing the story so that way he can get rid of Nairo as competition. That's super fucked up. It's just like
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
there's some good
saying.
evidence that he's
Implicated.
been.
there's level to this super villainy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's evidence he's been in his shadow for like a while. Like he's even had tweets where it's just like, "Oh, I have an idea for a video," and everyone's like, "Oh, you should do it with Nairo. Nairo already did that. Nairo did it better. Do it with Nairo." And he's like, "Damn, am I his girlfriend? Like, what the fuck?" So he's clearly has some like a bit of a complex where he's like stuck in his shadow because Nairo's so like massive in the scene, and he just can't really get out and make his own name. I guess. I don't.
Yeah,
So
but in
this
in
seems extreme.
in Tandem's statement, he was talking about how Sam Sora, like Nairo, was like nothing but nice to him. He would like host him, he would do like joint streams with him and stuff like that. And then like to go back and do that, it didn't seem like it was a rivalry or like some kind of. I mean, I guess if you're like the one who's winning, you don't,
You
you're
don't see
not.
it like that.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
see it like that.
But I do think Nairo largely put him on in like a lot of ways on the content creation side. Like, yeah, he's obviously getting his own wins and placing in tournaments like really high, but I've seen a million videos of them together in the past, and just like I'm assuming, Nairo's the one. I mean, maybe he's trying to get Samsora to keep his content fresh, but Nairo's got to have the bigger audience, so it's got to be better for him, right? So
Yeah. Exactly, which is why it's like, wow, this kid seemed to like be willing to help you out, and then you like do this to him for what? A Smash prize pool,
thanks for the
maybe.
host, but I want to be the one who
serve the.
hosts.
Yeah, I want to be the host.
Yeah,
Fucking, that's terrible. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, but
Oh, you can go ahead, Blake.
yeah. I mean, like you think about it too. Like this kid Zach. Like if he's lying, dude, the amount of backlash that he's gonna get, like not only from like the Smash community and all this shit, but like think about like survivors and like you would just make it so much worse for everybody else to
That is a good way to
Mhm.
put it.
like you like all this doubt that like that this kid is gonna now put into the legal system. I'm like, how do you prove it? Like, oh, how do we protect people like fucking Nairo, right? Like, even if he's like, I don't want to say that he's wrong in any aspect. Like, if that is the like what he's saying verbatim is like the kid got assaulted. Like that's terrible. But like at the same time, like there, I didn't finish reading like I read Zach's
Team
post, and he
Nairo's.
was talking about how no, he talks about how there's multiple encounters, right? Like, don't put
Mhm.
yourself in that situation either. Also, too, like as soon as the check goes out, man, like you're implicated.
Yeah,
Like it's just like if you ever find yourself in that kind of situation, like try
tell
to
someone.
come out looking clean. Yeah, tell someone about it. Tell as many people as you can about it, regardless of like whatever the situation is, so that there's at least some evidence and some witnesses or somebody to corroborate your story. Because now
Well,
it's a he says she said.
if there is anything like that, I assume it's one of the pages, some of the pages in the 30-page document. But people are saying on Twitter, like they're saying exactly who you are, and people are like, you get like it fucks with your head, like you, especially in his situation where it's so easy for him to be like he's the older party, and he kind of got validated that he shouldn't have told people because as soon as it came out, like even his closest friends and people he's been in the community were just immediately like jumping down his throat about it. Like,
Yeah, but I don't know.
Zero
It looked
immediately.
bad. He thought like it was like all right. If it was like oh, it was just the encounter part. There wasn't the money and the years of hiding it. Like you know what I'm saying? And then deleting all your social media. Like it looked bad, man.
Yeah.
Like he
It's,
handled it completely wrong. Like there's no really good way of handling a chomo charge on the internet, but like that's not the way to do it.
yeah, at least like defend yourself in some way. Be like, look, I had this is not. I know what everyone's thinking. This is what Captain Zack said. Not true. I will. More will come.
That's what
I
Zero
will.
did originally. He's like, I'm gonna come out with my side of it soon. Just wait. And everyone was like, we always believed you, Zero. We never doubted you. Like that's how. Like if you just give these kids anything, they will flock to
Yeah.
like they'll
Yeah,
flock
your
to it.
fans
So
will fucking defend you to the hills. This is the most rabid fan base of like anything that I've ever seen.
yeah, and it wasn't until
And like,
Zero's third twit longer that he's like, all right, you got me.
yeah. When
I
he finally
tried.
like, I did it. I did it. It was me. But like,
He just
I
he
don't
tried
know,
to plead
man.
the fifth.
Yeah.
Nairo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but like
like
that doesn't.
in like a situation like this, you can't really. It's like
Yeah,
it's
you
so
can't
serious to the
fucking
point where
be
you can't not
silent.
talk about it.
The
It's you
court of
gotta.
public
Mm,
opinion is a lot different than the actual court, you know, like because
Yeah.
it's gonna go with whatever's there to go off of. It's all speculation. So if there's only one story to go off of, and this other guy disappears, that's what you're writing the narrative yourself. You're giving
Yeah.
all control from it.
yeah,
I.
but that's exactly what I mean. Where it's like he shouldn't have been silent because he little Captain Zack controlled the narrative for so
Yeah,
long, and now he's been like he's got to come to the table with so much evidence. Like, I mean, realistically, Captain Zack, like, if he ever put charges on him, he has the burden of proof. So, like,
hmm
Nairo is good, but like Nairo now, like this 30-page document or whatever, like, he now has to sue this kid to get his life back. Like, he can't even like. There's not going to be a settlement out of court. He has to win this court case to be justified. Like, he
Yeah, I was just
needs.
gonna ask
But
you
he's still
guys.
never gonna be fully justified because as soon as
Nah,
you just
man. When you have
no,
a
like
court case behind you, Jake,
not
vindication.
yeah to a
I mean,
certain point, but like all you have to do is like people who aren't like super familiar with it, they're just gonna Google his name, and if like the part of where he's getting accused comes up before that, that's what like some people are gonna
yeah,
think. Regardless,
like
it
yeah,
doesn't
he
matter if
may
he's
be.
proven innocent. There's still gonna be a number of people
Yeah,
saying that's some
yeah,
bullshit. Like he no,
Yeah,
he's
but
still
like,
doing
okay,
kids.
yeah.
but
He
Yo,
may
this
get
just get a
He's
good
fades
exonerated.
PR
into
never.
the
team, bro.
background.
Get
What?
a good PR team.
Yeah,
Spin
It's
yourself
never
this
as
gonna
the
fades
matter.
hero
in,
of
There's
the
always
this
villain.
fades into the background. Eventually, like he like what he tried to do was duck and cover, and like that works with like racist comments, not child molestation. Like
I
you
mean,
like it's
going
not.
off
It has to be a
go,
certain level of serious for you
going
to
off
be
of what
like.
Jake said, even if he does get exonerated in court, there's still gonna be people who are gonna know
yeah.
what happened and they're gonna treat him
And
differently,
like
even though like
you
it may
don't
not be
think from
like
like businesses or be like even if this kid is like innocent, it's still like the optic of having this accused pedophile like associated with my company, like it's still gonna hurt him in that regard as well.
Kobe was fine.
Who?
Who?
Kobe,
Kobe changed his
Yeah,
Kobe.
that's
number.
also you're
Yeah,
comparing like a multi like one of the greatest basketball players
Yeah,
of all
to
time
to a
to
kid who
a
plays a children's game.
yeah. We're not
yeah.
Like
the
I
video
get
different
game
it.
time and
scene isn't there
also
yet.
it was an
I'm
adult.
just saying. I'm just saying it's not
That's
impossible. And
that's
also
like a
too,
false equivalence.
the
Like you can't compare those
the
two.
yeah, all right, but the news cycle moves so quickly. Like,
But it's
okay,
not
is
the
it gonna
not, we're not
be?
even
Is
talking
it
about the
going
news.
to
We're talking.
be ever? Is it forever going to be a stain on this
Yeah,
kid?
Yes.
Most likely. Yeah,
yeah.
of course. But at the same time, you get a good PR team. You're good at the game. You have a fan base. Like
You
maybe
don't
maybe
go to
you're gonna
any after parties ever
yeah,
again.
ever again. Sorry, you can't enjoy the nightlife with the boys, like legitimate boys. Like, just
People
stay
think you're
away
gonna
from
be
them.
enjoying the
Hmm.
nightlife with the boys. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so the
triple
nightlife
branded.
with the boys is over. Yeah, so you can't go out anywhere. But you know what? You can still go to tournaments. Just
do
keep your
you
hands up.
do you guys think he can come back in like if the case does go in Nairo's favor and he's
Yeah,
proven innocent, do you think he can make a comeback in the Smash community?
yeah.
I think so. The Smash community is super fickle. They don't give a shit. They'll be like, I mean, that's not the right word, but they'll bounce back to whatever's like they were dying to believe Zero for the longest because
Yeah.
and he's on the same level. It's like just because it's someone as high as Nairo, like he is a Kobe level star in the Smash Bros
Yeah,
community, and I think it's a little more similar than you think.
yeah. Economies of scale here. Like the community is going to bring him back. Like that's what matters to him at least. Like no one
Yeah,
outside of it is really going to give a shit except for maybe like brands, like you're saying. But then again, the brands don't really like the FGC anyway, so it doesn't
as
really
long as the
matter.
Twitch donations are coming in,
Yeah, that's all that matters. Like that's their business model. Like it's not like they're like they're getting crazy sponsors now as it is.
yeah, and something I meant to bring up before is that the person CaptainZack has a very sketchy history in general. Like it doesn't seem from the outside. It probably just seems like, man, this kid keeps getting taken advantage by older men. But he was in a relationship with like Ally, like I said before, and he would manipulate him to throw games, or he'd expose the relationship, like throw games against him or whatever. And I think it ended up getting both of them banned, like lifetime bans or something from the community. So, but now after this, interesting enough, like one of the major tournaments was like, yeah, I think we're gonna lift the ban from CaptainZack, and his freaking best friend, Tamim, who said or used to be his best friend or whatever, has said some. He said, "I can testify that Zack was and still is a very sneaky and devious person, and he bragged about the men he'd romanced and puppeteered, and he aggressively attempted to seduce countless adults in the Smash community, and had been told by people to stop doing that. But
But that's
it
what I
did
was
not.
talking about. Like, there's people who have been like, nah, this kid's sneaky. This kid has done this before. But like, no one said anything in the beginning. Everyone was like, oh man, Nairo, what are you doing? But like, it seems from what I'm understanding that
All right, all
this
right, all
has
right.
been a known thing in the way this person is in the community, but no one
Okay.
spoke up for their boy. Did the whole community want to see the
But
numbers
because
go
the
up?
onus is on the adult to be like, go away, little boy. Like,
Yeah, dude. Where Nairo didn't say anything. It's not like you're gonna like his tweet and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna take care of this. This guy's lying." It's not like he said anything either. So they're like, "You're gonna defend a rapist that's not even defending himself." Like, way to
that
jump
is
on
true.
that sword. Like that's why no one came out. He didn't even defend himself. So who the fuck was gonna come out there? Like, look at the optics. Like no one
Yeah.
else was going to throw their career away for this kid when no one knew the situation, especially when he wasn't even giving his side.
And especially in a month where people's careers are getting canceled left and right,
Left
Oh
I
and
think a
yeah.
lot
right,
of
yeah.
people.
You got to
I
think about
forgot.
like the situation was everyone was just in the back.
Yeah. It's it's super unfortunate, and like hopefully the Smash community can learn from this and the truth does expose itself very soon, because I don't think it's going to be good in the long run to have like something like this. Like the Smash community is now associated with pedophilia and sexual assault for like the past month since this happened, and
Nintendo's
the
like
Smash
called it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
why
way
that
to
from the
they're
beginning,
so
we've always said that Smash should have some kind of team system where you can invite your friends, but Nintendo knew better than all of us. It was-
all coming.
yeah.
Yeah, that's enough that for today. We're the Infamy Fantasy Sports team. We post podcasts every week, and we'll see you next time.